Rahab, a woman with a complicated sexual history, ended up becoming a key player in the famous Battle of Jericho. Yes, Joshua was important in leading Israel, but without Rahab's help, the battle might not have ever gotten started. Her actions were so significant that the Apostle James would later say that Rahab was justified, or declared righteous, by her works. But Rahab's help involved some deception. In the time leading up to the Battle of Jericho, a woman named Rahab played a crucial role in an Israelite reconnaissance mission. Joshua had dispatched 2 spies into the fort at Jericho to gather intelligence on their enemy. During their scouting mission, a local prostitute named Rahab generously accommodated them in her house. Word got out that Israelite spies had infiltrated the city, and the king of Jericho sent guards to Rahab's house in pursuit of them. But Rahab had heard stories about Israel, their journey through the wilderness, and the miracles that accompanied them because of their God. She knew that many of her own people were terrified of these stories. She had taken in these spies with these stories in mind, hoping to gain protection for her family when the Israelites finally came to Jericho. So when the guards came to her house, seeking the Hebrew spies, Rahab lied to them. She hid the spies on the roof of her house between bundles of flax stalks, and then told the guards that she didn't know where the men had come from, and that they had left the city out the main gate before they had closed for the night. "I don't know where they went. If you hurry, you can probably catch up with them," she said. And the lie worked. The king's guards went off on a wild chase into the wilderness, chasing down enemies who had been hiding right under their noses. Rahab and the spies made an agreement, a pact, that when Israel came to attack Jericho, she and her family would be spared from harm. Rahab let the spies escape from Jericho out the window of her house. They climbed down a red rope from her window. A little while later, Israel came and attacked. The walls of Jericho fell, but when the warriors came into the city, they spared Rahab and her family. They were able to integrate into Hebrew society rather than being conquered because one woman recognized the signs that she was on the wrong side and chose to do something about it. By hiding the Israelite spies and deceiving the soldiers of Jericho, Rahab demonstrated that she had changed sides and now stood with the people of God. Rahab, a morally compromised woman that society probably would have looked down upon, not only saved her own family, but became one of the ancestors of Jesus, God himself in human form.